Hey everybody, we're back. Today we are talking about different actions of defensiveness that basically tears down your marriage.
Right, because I think being defensive in your marriage it's something that we've struggled with. More so, the missus,
It is what it is.
than me.
No,
But it's something that I had to sit back and look at how my approach on things and stuff, and just the way I spoke. And I had to even come and apologize sometimes when I wasn't even wrong. I knew I was right, but just so I wouldn't break her down and she wouldn't put up her defense mechanism towards me, I had to apologize and make her feel welcome and able to talk to me. So there's 3 key points when it comes to defensiveness. It's AAP. I repeat, AAP. You gonna give them the A, baby?
The first A?
First A.
Okay. The first A is avoidance. Do not do that. Like if we're going into something, and if I want to talk to Marcus, and Marcus comes and talks to me, if I don't want to talk about it, well, I used to. I'll clear that up. Used to. If I didn't want to talk about it, I didn't. I would avoid the situation completely, purposely take myself out of the house, or purposely keep myself busy so that I didn't talk about it. And in turn, it just made it just like a snowball effect.
Right.
It just piled up more and more issues.
Yeah, like when you continue to avoid a problem and sweep it under the rug, it just continues to pile up and pile up and pile up. Next thing you know, you at each other's throats, and you for not taking out the trash or not putting my shoes away, and she just goes off at me, and I'm just like, but baby, I didn't even do anything, but it's just
your shoes fell over the floor. Sorry.
Okay. I'll pray for you. Anyways, but like I'm saying, like that avoidance, like if you avoid the situation and you never try to get through the situation, it's gonna call you be defensive. Even if you got to bring someone else in to help you mediate the situation, I feel like that's good. But if you have to sit down and be intentional on talking through the situation, and so some of the things that me and Kayla deal with and struggle with, it's some things that I don't even do to her. It's something that may happen to her in her past, so we got to sit down and communicate through those, so I'm not making those same mistakes or those triggers, like trigger words or triggers, to make you jump into the defense mode.
And then also avoiding the situation basically in turn tells your spouse that you don't really care what they have to say. Like, I don't, like, this is important to you, but I don't really care. I don't want to talk about it. So keep that in mind too.
Number 2. What's the second A, baby?
Attacking.
Is that what I do or something?
Attacking. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So attack mode, when you, like, ladies, like when you come in and like you ready, you got your argument ready, like everything's ready to go, and you like hit them with an arsenal out of nowhere, and the dude is just kind of like, what just happened? So try not to do that, really. You have to be a active listener. So seriously, listening with intent, not to listen to respond, but to listen to understand. And be able to, if you're at a point where you cannot effectively communicate, we've said this before, it's not avoidance if you're setting a time for it. So, and you don't want to attack them either. So, okay, hey, I cannot effectively communicate this with you right now, but can we meet up, Wednesday night after we put Zay to bed and sit down and talk about it once I've calmed down.
Right, and I think when you're attacking someone, it makes them feel like less of a person, or it kind of belittles them when you're attacking them. You're always, you don't do this, you don't do that, and they're always ready for you to attack them. And that's something that I'm tough on, Caleb, because I'm so
football minded.
Yeah, I grew up with it. You know what I mean? It's just a mindset of just go, and just my mindset is differently. So with the way I talk to her and the way I speak to her, it feels like as I'm attacking her, but I'm really just being perfectly fine. But I have to realize that my queen over here is built differently than me, which is a good thing, because we're both just attacking each other. We both be breaking each other down. So I think that you have to realize, like, ask your spouse, like, do you feel like I was attacking you with that comment? Just ask them so you will know, so you won't get in the same situation over and over again.
Agreed.
And what's the last one, baby?
Playing the victim.
Oh, you.
May I?
Go ahead.
Okay, playing the victim. This is basically like if I am Or if your spouse is coming to you about something that is bothering them or hurting them or whatever the case may be, and you flip it on them and make it about you, like, this ain't about you right now. It's talking about me. How are we talking about you?
How many times have you said that in the past week?
Like 7. Like, I finally, y'all, look, transparency moment. I finally started calling him out on it. I honestly, like, it used to bother him, but I don't think he really realized it. So lately, me being Kayla, I've been calling him out on exactly what's going on.
I have nothing to say.
Okay.
I plead the fifth.
All the way.
But I guess, yeah, I do. When she does come to me about stuff, I do play the victim. I flip it like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And I know it's bad, but I'll do better.
It's on camera, y'all heard it.
But I think it's one of those things where it's like, cause I had a lot of stuff like that we've been conversations that I've been avoiding talking to you about, and then I think I let them out whenever you're coming at me and when you're attacking me. So when you're attacking me, I feel like that's time for me to play the victim and kind of flip it. You know what I mean? Right. Rather than sitting down time. Hey, let's discuss this issue here. We're gonna discuss this tomorrow. This other issue is gonna be a separate issue. We're gonna discuss it another time. I think that'll be a good thing for us to do going forward, so that we're not just arguing up this anger and animosity towards each other and just letting it go all at one time on each other.
I think our pastor talked about that too. Like, you go into the argument about one thing and then you go like so far left. You're like, I thought we were talking about this. Right. I'm so confused. What's happening? But don't flip it. Don't flip it. Address it, or at least address what they bring to you at that moment. And then, if you do that, hey babe, well, when you do that, it makes me feel like this as well. And it's really just the matter of how you present that package to them.
Right. So in conclusion, that's all we got for how being defensive affects your marriage, or even relationships, even friendships. I mean, it applies in all areas. So again, it's avoidance, attacking, and playing the victim. So if you remember those 3 key things, I think you can
make it work.
And that's pretty much it for this evening. Anything else, baby? You got anything about the...
This is the final week. Tickets will not be sold past this Saturday, and tickets will not be sold at the door. Space is limited, so make sure you get your ticket. As far as for the luncheon. Sorry. And then also all the notes from today on the website, www.thesudsons.com. Blog content for days, guys. Go in, take notes. You can leave us comments or questions at the bottom of each blog article as well.
Right. Like we always say again, be sure to like, comment, or share if you like the information. Also, if you got any other ideas or anything, feel free. We're an open book. We wanna hear what you guys want. Cause we probably most of the time we're struggling with the same stuff you guys are struggling with. So these are topics that God placed on our heart to discuss. So we want to share those with y'all as well.
That's all I got.
That's all we got.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Peace
out.